then we get to the New Republic era, which is like the last breaths of Luke and like Leia and Han, and then we go to their children, right? Which is easier to deal with. And we have that. We also have the Timothy Zahn's like Thrawn trilogy, which is only recently been readapted back into canon, right? There's a reason why all that stuff from EU is being put back in, because it's so good.
Yeah, but it's like being vetted. At least
Basically, there was
you know.
too much. There was way too much, and not all of it was that great. There were
Not
bits
all
of
of them
it.
are great.
Luke was a thing. You know who Luke is, Chad?
Who's
Chad,
Yes, we know.
Chad,
It's,
do you wanna know who Luke is?
I know
Chad?
I know what lukewarm is, yeah.
No, Luke with two U's.
That
Luke
does
with two U's.
that does
He's
not
a
make
character
sense.
from the extended universe who is Luke's severed hand, who grows into a body and becomes Luke's rival.
That
Yes,
sounds
it is very
stupid.
dumb.
This is stupid
Yeah.
as shit.
Also, Palpatine does come back in the EU in another body.
at
Yeah.
least that's explained better than there are many things about the dark side you don't fucking understand.
Again, okay.
But
I
it's still-
don't like Rise of Skywalker, and because of that movie, I don't overall like the new trilogy that much.
Yeah.
However, I will still honestly put it leagues above the prequels.
That is
I will
prequels.
not, because the prequels had one thing going for them that the sequels didn't. You know what that is? Good action scenes.
Oh, that's true. Well,
I've
But
Yeah.
if my
the
bar
sequel
for
trilogy, there is no good large-scale battle scene whatsoever.
if my bar for setting a good movie was an action scene,
It's a
I
deal
could
breaker
agree
for
with
me at this point.
But I don't,
Yes,
I
you
don't,
have-
I don't rate, I don't like rank my movies based on like how much entertainment like their fight scenes. Or I
Okay,
like,
let me put it to you this way: if they're both shit, determining which,
which
one is
one's
less
a
shit,
cooler looking piece of shit, right?
which one is the more compelling piece of shit? Yes. So based on what my metrics, because they have good action scenes that actually can get emotions across, you can't tell me that you didn't get a little teary-eyed from fucking Star Wars 3 with the Mustafar fight, right?
Okay.
Fucking that is enough. That break.
I think, if anything, it's the music that makes it.
Yeah, because also John
George-
Williams wasn't
John
fucking
Williams-
phoning it in.
He does every single movie, which I can
Yeah.
appreciate, and is always a joy to hear, right?
The thing is
So
that
that's a
there's only
constant
one-
in every single Star Wars movie. Every movie has good music.
except the sequel trilogy. There's only one theme that actually comes across as good, and that was Ray's theme, and that was it.
Would like
because
to
so
disagree.
7 and 8, there's like almost nothing. It's ambient. It's the bullshit that you get nowadays, where it's like it's supposed to be ambient music. You get little snippets to like that tells you feel this thing. And then we
But
get
that's what Mustafar is, isn't it?
well, the thing is
it-
that the
and
music
isn't that
itself
Duel
is
of
a
the
character
Fates as
that's coming.
well?
But
like,
it isn't just random strings of like, this is the emotion cue, go, versus this is the emotional piece.
well,
So just-
That's what
also
Duel of the
works-
Fates is then. Because like really, you have almost no connection to
No,
what
no.
Obi-Wan
You
is.
gotta hear me through this. It's a cue, not a whole song. The thing is that the sequel trilogy and kind of most movies nowadays, what they do is that they make it so that they give you a kind of a quick string cue or something, like just a
It's-
tidbit of the music.
Yeah,
versus-
they
and it's
either
not
lower
enough.
the pitch to like make you feel more tense, or they make it higher, or like do certain musical cues to really guide the audience to what their feeling should be, which is bullshit
Yeah.
in a lot of movies. Yeah, I
Yes.
understand that. Yeah.
But like the thing is that it's like at least with Star Wars, I get the whole piece. Like the prequels and the originals, I get the whole piece. I don't get that with the sequel trilogy.
I,
So
don't
if
know, I can't agree with that statement. I think overall all the movies really good, but I think it peaked at possibly
but
Like, I
maybe
can't-
I don't know. There is a real peak. It's all constant.
Well, I think look like it's the if I listen to the music, like if I pull out the soundtrack right now, yes, sequel trilogy had at least one good track in it. It seems awesome. I'm not gonna argue with that on that. Well, I can't hear it in the goddamn movie. That's the problem I have with it. I can't hear it.
Alright, that's a good recording, guys. Thank you. Alright.
I do. When I first watched 4, I really was convinced that the black guy was gonna be like the protagonist up until like the very end.
Hey man, watch your language, dude. This is posting on YouTube. Just kidding.
So I'm very
Oh, I'm sorry, Coon.
on why they had him as the opening scene. While it's very cool and it sets him up well, they never do anything with him. He just becomes like the token black guy.
Yeah, he turns into the fucking black comedy guy. It's not funny.
It's really fucked up. Even
Yeah.
the actor was pissed off about it. I'm just Like,
Yeah. Plus, like, if you look at it, he goes from being defective and he doesn't want to kill people to killing his own friends within seconds.
dude, a fucking stormtrooper Jedi would have been tight. That would have been a cool
Yeah.
premise, man.
This happened in the EU, Kyle Katarn. You know?
Yeah, it was cool.
Also happened in the EU. Just saying,
Canto Bite.
is
So-
canon and it's shit.
Just so you know, when I thought of
So
EU,
your whataboutism is invalid here.
Oh, okay. So look, there's a reason why the EU was thrown away in retcon and slowly being brought back. It's because it's like Alejandro said, it's too much.
You
Like, there's
really
just-
could just make it so that it's just an alternate universe. That's what they did with fucking Star Trek.
That's
At least
also
a
what they
few-
did with like Marvel comics.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that would have been a much better decision than whatever the fuck we got.
I think it's more of it. They want to make their own like comics, but they're probably gonna hit like the same story.
I mean, you
issues
can
with their own
basically. It's like it's under a different timeline. Like there are multiple timelines going on at DC right
Yeah,
now. It's
like-
fine.
Disney's whack. Like,
Yeah. Oh, fucking Marvel has multiple comic universes going at the same time. You can do that fine.
it's not working out for Marvel. Marvel has too many universes. It's hard to keep track of that shit.
Well, they got other problems than too many universes. Let's put it that way.
Well, right now they have way too much politics in their comics, which I don't.
Yes, Snowflake and Safe Space. That's yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, you saw that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that. That was
that's like in your face. It's
They-
too in your face.
They are literally
Internet
all-
gas. Okay.
Oh, yeah, someone because what would he be?
Yeah.
Super powers by
Hardwire or whatever his name is.
Yeah, internet
Something
gas.
like that.
I was fucking dead when I read that shit.
Like okay, like honestly, Alejandro, I don't have a problem with comics being political, but that is like too fucking on the nose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't-
'Cause, like-
when on the nose, and I feel like I'm sniffing your shit. Like,
Yeah, because like look, people like Captain America were born out of politics. His first
Yeah.
issue came out like what 40s, and it
Oh,
was
yeah,
of him
it was a
punching Hitler.
propaganda tool, basically.
Yeah,
incredibly
exactly.
American.
Yeah, he was punching Hitler in the cover. His first
Yes.
issue. Like
Yeah.
obvious, like yeah, but
Fights Nazis for years.
exactly.
Oh my
Hell, the main
God.
villain is a Nazi. Like,
Yeah,
oh, what's this?
Superman
What's
was like that
what's the
too.
message? Yeah, like white
Go
supremacy
punch
is
a
bad.
Nazi. No, sign up. We get
Yeah.
like yeah, we get it. It's propaganda. The thing is just like it was like
Now,
it was a
yeah.
motivational tool. Like we understand that it was a motivational tool at the time. You know?
And I mean, even like when you look at like X-Men was kind of an analogy for like the civil rights movement.
Yeah, civil rights and gay rights to an extent. when
Yeah,
it
like
got
again,
rooted
comics
into
are rooted
2000 movies.
in politics, but there's a
Yeah.
right way to
Yes.
do it,
Yeah,
and they're
I mean,
and they're not doing it.
The
Yeah,
politics.
plus
they're
like if you
doing
look at
now,
like the Star Trek Next Generation, that alone, you know.
when you come, you're like you should, people should have safe spaces. Like that's not anything that's not relevant to anybody. Like maybe to very specific people, but it's hard to relate to.
Yes.
With that, and that's the, when you look at like, even if you were reading Wolverine comics in the 1960s, you're like, wow, that's a little on the nose about what's going on right now, but
Mhm.
it's relevant, and you can relate to the situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck, there's also the fucking Border
Can't
Town
believe the
comic
safe
where they
space.
literally are gassing people on the fucking border.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
that one's whack too. There's a Border Town comic. That one's also shitty. The art
Yeah, there's also like I forget who made it, but it's like they literally had an Antifa comic basically going around where like, and it was just like they gas people in that one.
and I think like the main villain's like a white dude.
The main quote unquote heroes are actually the villains, and they gas people.
It's literally Antifa, the comic.
It's like I think it was a Mark Waid comic or some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know like what
Because I think the co-author was like super like.
they hire shitty writers. Like these people.
Is it all the? So
And
don't
what
get me wrong,
they are,
diversity, but like they're diversity hires.
They are diversity hires, but because it feels like they just picked somebody off of a DeviantArt blog board or something.
Some of them actually were. Do you remember the Fridge essay?
Really?
Yeah, one of them was. At least that's for DC.
I don't know if the same issue is happening with DC. I'm wondering if it is.
They kind of yes and no. Sometimes they have it, other times they don't.
I think DC is just having more of an issue with branding right now
Yeah.
because their movies have kind of. They should have taken that shit slow. Because if
Yeah, but they're like, I think they're getting desperate, to be honest.
Well, no, there's no point. I mean, Marvel from here on All of the good actors are leaving. The people that are left, I really don't trust with the next movies.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you mean by that second statement though? Because like,
I mean,
as
the main
far as I know,
actors
it's
are
the same people still in.
So
Kevin Feige's
Wanda
in.
and and the Vision, that looks okay. The Black Widow one looks okay. Trailer didn't wow me, but it's like bog standard, so it's like kind of whatever, right? I was not looking forward to the fact that they decide to announce another Captain Marvel.
They want to push her to the forefront. Too.
Yeah, they want her to be leading,
I
and it's just
really
like, oh no.
don't think that she's a good enough actor to carry.
I will get a board of a wood plank, and I'll be happier with that.
I think I'll give her a chance because it's exactly the same way I felt about Thor after Thor 2, and after Avengers and Thor 1. Like I just never liked Thor, and then Ragnarok happened, and it was like a complete 180, and I was like, holy
Even-
shit! And then Infinity War happened, and I was like,
So-
holy fuck, this guy's
And
amazing.
then
Let me
Endgame
put it
happened,
this
and then
way.
it's like, ah.
Well, I
think
mean,
what he was
he-
given was
I think
bad
I still
scripts.
like that though.
What
What's
they're
up?
giving Captain Marvel is an agenda, which is like,
They made it really on the nose.
especially
like
in the
that
very
movie.
last movie with the all girl power scene.
Yeah,
It has me real sketch on what they're gonna be doing.
yeah.
I know who looks at that and it's like, this makes sense right now in the middle of all this fighting that we're just gonna
We're
split
gonna
up.
pose for the like a badass.
Yeah, like I get the superhero stuff, but it's just kind of random that in the middle of this sporadic sprawl, all the women group up and do their thing.
So like, I get it. That's like you can kind of make some allowances because it's a comic book movie. You kind of have those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it was a little bit much, just a little.
I mean, it ruined the movie for me. I'm just more.
That was like what? That'd be nitpicking at that, you know? Because
That
like
is
it lasts like
nitpicking.
10 seconds.
I do
15.
admit that it is a nitpick. It's just like the way that how politically charged everything is. It makes me kind of more hyper aware. Like I'm
And the-
fully aware it's a nitpick.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm agreeing that I don't like that little those little 15 seconds.
And the actors are really leaning into that stuff too, and those are the people that are going to be carrying the next movies. So like,
Yeah.
man, I don't.
Hey, at least it's not as
Hold on,
bad as what's happening with DC right now.
Hold on, Alejandro. Again, like they're the ones they're not carrying. They're the ones acting in it. It's dependent on the director and the writers who can carry.
Well, the thing is, like
Well,
Kevin
the
Feige
direct-
is kind of into the idea of like pushing that agenda too.
Yeah, it's
So
not
that's
just
getting
them.
rough on that front.
I don't know, cause like look again back
Kevin
to my
Feige
Thor.
is good. Kevin Feige is really good, but he's just been, I don't know, he's tinkering with it, and I don't. It's a
Like
little
it's not as bad as like the DC scenario where like some of those actors are actually going to jail or like are on trial for shit right now.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about the Amber Heard and Ezra Miller like controversies that have been going around?
Miller choked the person.
Yep,
What?
Chuck the bar, like the owner of the bar that he usually frequents out, and Amber Heard has been like has been reverse Me Too.
Oh my gosh, fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so now Amber Heard is being like oofed up against, and
Yep.
Johnny Depp is a hero again. So
Yep.
you can like Johnny Depp.
That's who was married. Yeah, that's his ex.
Yeah.
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 Good for him.
Apparently, she was the one abusing him, not the other way around.
So
Yes.
we can like Johnny Depp again and not feel
I've
bad.
seen
Let's
some
watch Pirates
crazy
of the Caribbean.
stories of her like
Fucking
shitting
J.K.
on his
Rowling stuck
doorstep.
with that guy for a reason.
Yeah, so J.K. Rowling did something right.
Yeah,
God damn it, these times.
So is
the
it
world
a
has gone
joke?
backwards. We live in a truly magical time.
Is it like, is she joking? Like, cause I keep seeing like that she puts up tweets to retcon stuff. In Harry
She's not
Potter.
joking.
She's not joking.
She's not joking.
Oh.
Literally, the whole world of fan fiction for Harry Potter is technically canon.
God.
Yeah. It's pretty hilarious.
So the wizard didn't
So-
happen.
It's really funny, but I feel
It's
like-
funny, but it's like I like the idea that like everything is canon. Have fun with it. Just like at that point, you really get like it makes sure that you can't fuck up, and also lets it so that people will continue to love your series as long as
Man.
possible.
I can't
Yeah.
believe the wizard didn't happen. Harry wasn't a wizard. Oh man.
So-
There's an AU for that.
Can you believe that Hermione is actually black, not white?
Oh man.
Even though the
dude.
That was
first
the thing.
book describes her as white.
Dude, it's a Michael
Yep, that was
Jackson
the
all
thing.
over again, guys. Oh my
Nah,
god.
What was it? Harry's scar was just something different. They changed that too. I forgot what it was. It was like an LGBTQ sign or something. It was like-
Yeah, like
it's
just like the
it-
EU, we
shows
don't
up
acknowledge
like
that those
people.
things exist.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh man.
But
least
like
that's
again,
funny,
like
though.
Okay.
like again, I'm gonna go back to what Alejandro said, like about the actors carrying the movies. Again, I understand. Yeah, Marvel seems to be like starting to mess with a bit of like, that really heavy-handed political agenda shit. It was
I-
evident in Captain Marvel, and it was pretty evident in that one little scene in Endgame,
Mhm.
right?
Apparently, they're
Um,
also trying to deal with Thor. So
Yeah, so I heard they were trying to bring in female Thor, and then they're doing a She-Hulk movie too.
I
So
mean, the She-Hulk movie is like they'll be fine as long as it's not like literally trying
yeah,
to be like murdering people who are accused of crimes that they haven't been convicted of yet, because that
yeah,
was in the
because
comic.
the new She-Hulk comic, she's very, very politically charged in a not
She
good way.
literally lynches somebody.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. It's like real Antifa propaganda. So I don't.
Yeah.
That's where I just don't know where they're going with this stuff because they're bringing in these characters,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Sorry to interrupt, Henry. Do go on.
It can be
oh,
really
no,
good,
it's cool.
it can be really whack. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if they start to get bad enough feedback, unlike what Star Wars will do, they'll probably do something about it.
I
Because
think
like
they
the
should.
first
Oh,
two
they'll do
Thor
something
movies
about it, right?
happened.
They'll just call me a fucking racist, sexist, white cis
No,
now.
Oh my
because
gosh.
unlike because like look, they knew they messed up after Thor 2, and they had already done another movie before that,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
knew
but it's
people
a
weren't liking
changing of
his
the guard
character.
issue, though. Like,
The
it's the
what?
reason why I'm concerned. Like, Marvel has had a good track run, but like, it's a changing of the guard effectively because this is like the original phase is done, like, right? And the people who are left are more politically charged more than anything else, which makes me concerned.
It can be good, but
I
It
don't
can
know
be
about
good. Don't
it's
get me wrong.
also a recipe
yeah.
for disaster.
It
So
is a hotbed of like, there's so much that can go wrong here, and I hope you have something to pull it out.
I just really wish they would make Spider-Man like the front runner of everything.
Well, again, that's
Yeah.
what they were hoping for, and then Sony magically, well, Disney
Well,
got greedy, and
yeah,
then Sony was like,
back
"Let's
down,
we're
right?
taking this back." Huh?
Yeah.
Damn it, Jesse.
What happened?
Oop. Chat, nigga. It's because she's calling me in our chat.
Uh,
Whew, man, ready for Iron Banner, dude. Anytime.
I forgot we were doing that.
I was trying to get to Zavala's office the secret way, but
Oh, there's a secret way?
yeah, there's a secret way by me.
Messaging, call
Oh,
me
hang on.
past like
Let me put
20.
away one of my hand cannons.
So apparently, if you have quickness, you can go to this corner over here.
Where are you?
Yeah, I have my
Okay.
hood off. I'm taking screenshots.
Good thing I was recording all this, so like,
You can post
So-
our butt takes. We
Yeah.
have a lot of them.
nah, man, it's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
be.
not gonna make that jump.
Yeah, it's better to do it off the circle pad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be at the corner, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So Alex, again, it's so like the people who let's say the people who
I'm dead.
are in
I'm good.
charge of like formulating what the MCU should be are gone, right? Because obviously there's we're starting to see more and more hints of like a political agenda being pushed in a not so subtle way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's they are
I'm,
concerned.
it
that's
gives
all.
me it gives me and yes, it does give me a bit of concern. However, I still have faith overall in the filmmakers that are left,
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
still being I'm a little worried because you know who Scott Derrickson is?
No.
Did you guys like Doctor Strange?
Yes.
He was the director of that movie. He was
Okay.
on board to do the second one, but he left. He quit for some reason. They say creative differences, but what exactly could those creative differences be? He left
It just
for a reason.
it's not playing that day, to be honest. So
I don't know. Like but that made me sad because like he also made this incredible horror movie called Sin. Have you seen that,
Like-
Alejandro?
Mm-mm.
Sinister.
Oh, I've heard of it. I've not watched it.
That shit fucked me up hard the first time I watched it.
like
Like,
so
it's
like
horrible in a
for me
good
right
way.
now, like it's kind of at the point where you know how like you just need to end it at some point. Like Marvel is at the point where I feel like they need to end it.
It's too much
At
of a
least-
cash cow. It's not happening.
Yeah, I know, but it's like you know how like you can get like the like you reach a good end and then you kind of call it quits for a little bit, and so you can think of like another like good enough way to kind of make sure it doesn't suck.
What I think they
you
should
feel like
do-
the stakes are over now, right?
Yeah, basically like
Yeah.
don't end up like The Simpsons is all I'm asking.
There's a lot of good villains. I think they should just take a few years break right? Because if you keep
Yeah.
pumping out Marvel movies, it's just gonna feel like something you take your kids to.
They're kind of forced to take a break.
Yeah.
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 Because Black Widow's coming out in November now, and that's a whole year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to Black Widow. I'm
I
hoping
heard
it's
it
Yeah.
like some people were saying that it could be like John Wick with like Marvel.
yeah, that's what I've been hearing. So
It seems a
Yeah.
little bit too big for that. If
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's why I was like skeptical.
Mhm.
I'm still skeptical on it, but I'm a shill. I'll watch Marvel movies. I honestly find them all. But I do
Honestly,
understand.
like
Yeah.
honestly, I'm at the point where like I don't actively go watch Marvel movies anymore. If my family wants to go see it, I'll come along, you know. But like I don't actively go watch them anymore. Like what I'm more looking forward to is like, do you guys know the Raid movies?
What?
Like-
I just.
Like the
Raid
Raid,
Shadow Legends?
Oh.
like the movie called The Raid. It's like this Indonesian like.
Oh,
martial
it's
arts
the
movie.
fighting. Yeah, the martial arts movies. Yes, yes, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to
The
look
Raid
for.
2 and Redemption is the second one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've heard of them.
Yeah, so like I watched those two and I was really happy with them because it was just a character in martial arts and it was great, right? So the director of it is Gareth Evans, I want to say. I'm just looking for all the stuff that he's doing now because like he's still
It's good
he's
to attach
apparently
yourself
doing
to like a filmmaker.
yeah like because the I don't know if he's still working with that actor or not, but like you know the stuff that he does, it's like he's moving more into horror now, which is like I really want to get into.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mo-
so he's doing like a so yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to look into that more than anything else.
That's actually a great point, Will, because I feel the same way about another director, Taika Waititi.
Hmm.
Do you guys know what he did?
He did Thor Ragnarok, if I remember correctly.
Exactly. He saved he saved Thor from himself and like actually made me like the character. But then I went to watch like his other movies, Hunt for the Wilder People and Jojo Rabbit.
Mhm.
Hunt for the Wilder People was enjoyable. I liked it. It was like
Yeah.
it was like a very nice like heartfelt movie. And then I watched Jojo Rabbit, and
Yeah.
that was great. Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it yet, so I'll take your word on that.
That movie is it's all the right amount of like feels, you know,
Mhm.
in my opinion.
Okay.
I think Jacob, you know, Alejandro, or you guys know Jacob, right?
yeah.
It messed him up, is what he said.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what
But in a
really
good
tripped
way.
me out recently? I
What?
was watching fuck. What's it called?
Also, PSA, if you haven't watched Parasite yet, go watch it. It's on Hulu.
Oh yeah, I heard that was good.
I showed it to Alejandro. He was like,
So,
"What?"
it's like this movie where they go to like do some college paper thesis or some shit, and it's like inside of this fucking cult. I can't remember the fucking name of it, man, but it was really fucked up, like really fucking just wacky.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look into it a little bit later then, because I still have to go through Joker at some point.
Oh, you
fine.
still haven't watched that? Joker's
No,
pretty
I
good,
haven't.
man.
It's on my laptop. I just haven't watched it yet.
I'd recommend it. It don't expect like a fast-paced sort of thing. It's
No, that's
definitely
fine,
a character
like-
study.
No,
Yeah.
like I'm perfectly fine with a slow-paced movie because like I was watching Jinro like a couple weeks ago and like that's really slow-paced. But like, you know, like slow-paced is fine for me.
If you want to test your slow pacedness, watch The Hateful Eight.
Okay.
It-
Oh, that's also a good one.
Yeah, it's from Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, no, like was Quentin Tarantino the one that made like the Hollywood one, Once Upon a Time
Yes.
Hollywood?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie's ooh. I
That
love
movie's
movie.
good.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, you'll it's right up your alley. Then. Yeah. I think Hateful Eight's actually probably better than Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
I'll
I
figure that out when I watch it.
There's an
Once
extended
Upon
version
a
too on
Time?
Netflix.
Isn't that a
if you haven't seen it.
TV show?
But for Hateful Eight?
It's split up in episodes in like 3 or 4 50-minute episodes.
Mm.
So like I think it's or something like that. It's properly 3 hours long after that.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it has deleted scenes in it too. So.
Hmm.
If you want
You
your
guys
fill,
should definitely watch Irishman if nobody's watched it.
it's still on my list. Still on my queue.
Dude,
I know.
It
I
is
know.
best
I
Yeah.
know.
movie I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes, I
I'd still
honestly
give it a
think it's.
Parasite. Honestly.
I
Parasite was
no no
too
no no
good.
no no. I don't mean like I mean like the best like mob movie, and as least as what Robert De Niro's done, I think it's his masterpiece, dude. It's
Wait,
like
which one was it?
The Irishman.
Irishman.
Oh, okay.
Scorsese. You know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Scorsese. Yeah. I still have to watch. What was the movie they keep comparing Joker to again? It's like
Taxi Driver.
Oh
Taxi
yeah,
It's
Driver,
also
yeah.
Netflix. It's on Netflix now. They just put it on.
Really? Fuck
Yeah.
yes, I wanted to watch that too.
Yeah,
Alright,
I've
so
got like
Okay, well,
comedy, here I come, and then I'll hit up Joker right after.
if you okay, I've heard that if you watch Taxi Driver or King of Comedy and then watch Joker, you're gonna be like, oh this, because
Well, it's like-
you'll automatically see comparison.
Well, it's
From
like
that
I'm
part.
fine with seeing comparison because like I want to see how they did it in this point. It's like when you hear a spoiler, but you don't actually have like the context behind the spoiler or see how it's done. The spoiler kind of doesn't matter sometimes. You know?
It's not so much in spoiling. It's more like some people might think that like, oh, they took the idea from that movie sort of deal.
Mm. Also,
but
have
I
you
haven't
think
seen the other two, so.
I think Chad's having some fun trying to go back to Minecraft.
Chad? Wait, where is he?
He's typing chat right now. He
Oh,
wants to put the server back on.
come on, Chad. You
Chad,
watch
what
movies.
yeah, you watch movies too, Chad, right?
Look, okay, we like Madagascar. You want to talk about Madagascar?
Hey, Madagascar 2 was, it was a movie.
Don't even get me started. Yeah.
It was a movie, man. It happened. I
Pretty
don't remember seeing 3, but I don't remember wanting to see 3 either.
It was a 3. Oh god.
Yep, there was
Yeah.
a three.
Oh,
It's a
Escape
trilogy.
to Europe or something like that.
Did you ever watch the TV show?
Of Madagascar. Oh, the penguins. Yes, yes, yes.
It's fucking terrible.
I'm reading what Chad's reading, and holy shit.
Chad, you can hear us. Talk with us. Don't be scared.
This is a
Don't be
cry
scared.
for help. Turns out there's a logman with 10-hour videos for you.
Give you permission.
Yo, we should have like a movie night on here, on the
Yeah.
Discord.
Dude.
Because like
Yeah.
I know one of my other channels do that. So, if y'all down for that, that'd be cool.
Sure, I'll be down.
Alright, but we have to collectively agree on one movie, or we could take turns, like like, you know,
Yeah. How you feel about them anime movies?
which ones?
There's Jinro, the Wolf Brigade. It's like something from like the late 90s.
Haven't heard of it.
Okay.
I know Ghibli's like top quality.
Oh no, this is not Ghibli.
Okay, it's like mature animation.
Oh, it is very much mature.
Okay. It's like a deck.
You're not wrong. We're referencing shit before, like when we were born.
I haven't heard that. I don't think I've actually ever seen like an adult animation movie.
Yeah, let me go find something. Like the opening for Jinro is like an action scene, but it's actually really good.
Like there
Like-
are. You get go ahead.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm finding the link, so do your thing.
Like there was like a couple of movies that are animated. That I've like kept my eye on. There's one called Anomaly that came out like in 2015 or something, and it's like it's a claymation movie, but some people say like it's one of the most human movies I've ever seen, even though it's
Yeah.
like claymation.
Yeah. Yeah, this was made like late 90s. If you want to take a look into it.
Alright, I'll pin this. Yo, Steph, you're not getting help, Chad. He's not there.
Yeah.
Just say yes. You have to say yes, Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of anime movies that are of that caliber.
Oh no, I found this thing like randomly. I was just like randomly browsing YouTube and I just found the clip and then I watched the movie. It's apparently free on Crunchyroll.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ghibli. I've been meaning to watch any Ghibli movie and I haven't.
Oh, Howl's Moving Castle is like, good stuff
I've heard
right there.
that and Spirited Away are like the best.
Yeah, those are the two good ones.
Then Pixar obviously does good. Did good animation.
Are they
I don't
making
know.
another Toy Story movie?
They made 4. I don't know if they're making 5. That's not confirmed.
Was Toy Story 4 the daycare one or no?
No, that was 3.
Okay, I've always seen 3, up to 3. I haven't seen 4 yet.
Okay. I personally really liked 4, but probably more for emotional reasons than like.
Fair enough. Also, do you want to head to Iron Banner so Chad can like,
Chad,
like, can actually do stuff?
Chad, send nudes. No, Chad, you can't ask for that on this chat.
I meant to put that in spoilers, but
Oh.
can't find it.
You should
know,
have asked for pics of Bob's and Vagines.
you know how to do spoilers, right? It's like the two straight brackets.
Straight brackets? Oh, I got you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, let me
Gotcha.
turn on my render resolution up from 200% and like put my
In
HUD back on.
brackets. You said in
Yeah.
brackets? Straight brackets.
It's like the straight brackets.
Like
No,
that?
two of them. You need to
Oh,
put two on either side, on both
okay.
sides.
Hold on.
And then you should get your.
Nope, that doesn't work.
No,
Do it.
not those brackets. It's like the.
Oh, got you. I got
It's
you.
right under your backspace.
Gotcha.
You see how there's like the.
oh, those ones. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called on actually. I just call them straight brackets, or
So just
straight
a
maybe
straight line?
straight slash.
There it goes.
See, yeah. Good job, Chad.
I was wondering how you guys did that.
All right, y'all ready to go for another Iron Banner match?
Yeah, pretty much.